Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today into G42.
G42.
They're making waves in AI and healthcare.
Huge waves.
Yeah, they're based in Abu Dhabi, but they've got global ambitions.
Absolutely, and some serious backing, too.
Right. We're talking Microsoft, Silver Lake, even the Dalio Family Office.
It's a fascinating mix of investors, that's for sure.
Definitely not your average tech startup.
Not even close. They're intertwined with the UAE's national AI strategy,
Yeah, I read that the country wants to be a global leader in AI by 2031.
Exactly, and G42 is right at the heart of that.
Okay, so we're talking national strategy, maybe even global power dynamics here.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
So where did G42 even come from? What are they all about?
Well, they burst into the scene in 2018, initially focused on AI for government.
Okay, government applications make sense.
But they quickly branched out into healthcare, finance, you name it.
Wow, so they're not limiting themselves at all.
Nope. Their vision is this thing called the intelligence grid.
I read a little about that. Sounds pretty ambitious.
Oh, it is. They want to make AI as readily available as electricity.
Wow, that's a bold vision.
It is, but with those investors, they have the resources to at least try.
That's for sure. So who are the brains behind this operation?
Well, the group CEO is Peng Xiao, background in cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity, huh?
Interesting.
Yeah, it suggests a strong emphasis on data security, which is crucial with AI.
Absolutely. And who else? Anyone else calling the shots?
Well, there's Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan.
That name rings a bell.
He's a prominent figure in the Abu Dhabi ruling family. He's the chairman.
Ah, okay. So we're not just talking tech here. There's a power play happening.
There's always a power play, right?
That's true. But let's zoom in a bit. What's G42 actually doing on the ground?
Well, that's where the subsidiaries come in. They've got a whole ecosystem of companies.
You mentioned healthcare. What else?
G42 Cloud, that's where the intelligence grid comes into play.
Okay. Cloud computing. Got it. What else?
Bionet, they do geospatial intelligence.
Wow.
Pre-site,
Yeah.
they handle the big data analytics. So healthcare, cloud, big data, geospatial intelligence, it's a lot.
It is. They're covering a lot of bases.
Is there a strategy here, or are they just throwing things at the wall?
Oh, there's a strategy. All right. If we think back to the UAE's national goals.
You mean their AI ambitions?
Exactly. G42 is essentially building a comprehensive AI ecosystem for the country.
So they're developing the infrastructure, the applications, everything?
Pretty much, even attracting foreign investment.
So G42 is more than just a company. It's like a national project.
You could say that, a way for the UAE to position itself in the global AI landscape.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Let's get into the specifics.
Let's do it.
What are some of the most interesting projects they're working on?
Well, G42 Healthcare is doing some amazing things like Biogenics Labs.
Biogenics Labs, that name sounds familiar.
It was the UAE's first large-scale COVID-19 testing lab.
Right. That was a big deal during the pandemic.
It showed they could deploy AI solutions in critical situations.
So they're not just talking about AI, they're putting it into action.
Absolutely. And then there's the Omics Center of Excellence.
Omics, what's that all about?
It's all about personalized medicine, pushing the boundaries there.
Personalized medicine, that's a hot topic these days.
It is, and they're at the forefront using omics to develop targeted treatments.
Omics, meaning?
The study of all the biological molecules in a system, genes, proteins, everything.
Wow, that sounds incredibly advanced.
It is, and that's where Presight comes in, the big data analytics.
Right, they're analyzing all that biological data to find patterns and insights.
Exactly, and on the language front, they've developed JAI.
TJAS.
It's a 70 billion parameter Arabic language model.
Okay, I'm going to need some context here. What does that even mean?
The more parameters a language model has, the more sophisticated it is.
So JIS is pretty sophisticated then.
Very much so. It can understand and generate human-like text in Arabic.
So we're talking translation, content creation, maybe even customer service.
All of that and more. It's a big deal for the Arabic-speaking world.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so we've got healthcare, big data, language models.
And they're not just building things themselves.
You mentioned mergers and acquisitions earlier.
Right. They're expanding their reach through partnerships and acquisitions.
Give me an example.
One of their biggest moves was creating M42, a healthcare powerhouse.
M42, how do they do that?
They merged G42 Healthcare with Mubadala Health.
Hold on, Mubadala Health, isn't that?
A subsidiary of Mubadala, one of G42's major investors.
Right, of course. So they're merging with one of their investors' companies.
It's a strategic move, that's for sure.
What's the goal with M42? What are they trying to achieve?
revolutionize healthcare in the region, maybe even beyond.
Revolutionize, that's a big word.
It is. They want to create a world where your entire medical history, your genetics,
Everything.
pretty much all of it analyzed by AI to create a truly personalized healthcare plan.
Wow, that sounds both amazing and a little bit scary at the same time.
It's definitely cutting edge and raises some interesting questions.
Are there any specific areas of healthcare that they're focusing on?
They're involved in a lot, from diabetes research to clinical trials.
So they're tackling some big healthcare challenges.
They are, and they're doing it with the power of AI and massive resources.
It's clear they're on an ambitious path, but it hasn't all been smooth sailing, right?
You're thinking about the controversies.
Yeah, there was that thing with their ties to Chinese companies.
That was definitely a significant development. Raised some eyebrows for sure.
Especially in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
Concerns about sensitive technology.
Exactly. And how did G42 respond?
Well, they divested from those Chinese companies in 2024.
A decisive move to mitigate those concerns and show commitment to transparency.
So they're willing to adjust their strategy to maintain trust with global partners.
It was a smart move, especially with their global expansion ambitions.
Speaking of which, you mentioned a $10 billion fund earlier.
Right, for investing in disruptive tech companies all over the world.
So they're not just expanding their own operations, they're investing in others.
Exactly, and they're already operating in the Middle East, Africa, Asia, Europe.
Even the U.S.
Even the U.S., they're really spreading their wings.
Okay, so we've covered origins, ambitions, subsidiaries, controversies, global expansion.
It's a lot to take in, for sure.
It is, but I'm starting to get a clearer picture of what G42 is all about.
They're a company that's not afraid to dream big and take risks.
Backed by powerful players, ambitious goals, and they're moving fast.
And all under the watchful eye of the UAE government.
Which has its own ambitions for AI dominance. This is going to be interesting to watch.
It is. G42's story is just getting started.
Okay, I think we need to take a lunch here, but we'll be back soon.
We'll dive even deeper into G42 and explore what the future might hold.
So stick around, folks. We'll be right back after a short break. We're back and ready to dig even deeper into G42.
Deeper we go.
Before the break, we were talking about their global push, and that $10 billion fund, it's like they're going all in on AI.
It's a bold move, but they seem pretty serious.
They do. And a key part of all this is G42 Cloud, right? That's where their vision of the intelligence grid comes in.
Absolutely. It's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, they keep talking about making AI accessible like electricity, but what does that actually look like? What's G42 Cloud offering?
Think of it like a one-stop shop, everything a company needs to build and manage their AI.
So the infrastructure, the servers, all that?
Exactly. Processing power, storage, networking, the whole 9 yards.
Okay. You said everything. That's got to be more than just infrastructure.
Right. They go beyond that with services for managing data, deploying applications, even tools for developers.
They're providing the building blocks and the tools to use those building blocks.
And on top of that, they're developing their own AI solutions as well.
So they're not just a platform. They're a player in the AI game themselves.
Exactly. They're putting their money where their mouth is.
We talked about GAIs earlier, their Arabic language model. Okay. What else are they working on within G42 Cloud?
Well, one of their big projects is Condor Galaxy.
Condor Galaxy. Now, that's a name that sticks with you.
It is. It's a series of AI supercomputers they're building with Cerebras.
Supercomputers, plural. They're going all out.
These aren't your average supercomputers either. They're specifically designed to train AI.
Wow. Okay, so Condor Galaxy, I'm picturing something massive and powerful, but why do they need all that power? What are they actually using these supercomputers for?
Well, the more powerful the computer, the bigger and more complex the AI models it can train.
So they're pushing the limits of what AI can do.
They are. The first one they built, CG1, it can perform quadrillions of calculations per second.
Quadrillions. That's hard to even fathom.
It is. That kind of power allows them to tackle some incredibly complex problems, like simulating climate change.
Climate change, that's a big one.
Or designing new drugs, things that require massive amounts of computing power.
Wow. So these supercomputers are really the engine behind G42's AI ambitions.
Exactly. Combine that computing power with the data they're collecting, the talent they're attracting.
They're a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure.
They are. They're emerging as a major player in the AI landscape.
Speaking of data and talent, let's circle back to G42 Healthcare. We touched on it earlier, but it seems like a major focus for them. What's so special about their approach to healthcare?
It's not just about applying AI to healthcare. They're trying to build a whole ecosystem around it.
An ecosystem, what do you mean by that?
A fully integrated healthcare system using cutting-edge technology, partnerships, ambitious projects.
You mentioned biogenics labs earlier, their role in COVID-19 testing. What are some other examples?
Well, the Omics Center of Excellence is a great example. It's the region's most advanced facility for genomics research.
Genomics, that's the study of genes, right?
Right, and they're using it to develop personalized medicine, treatments for all sorts of diseases.
Personalized medicine, that's the holy grail for a lot of researchers.
It is, and G42 is right there on the cutting edge. They're also using AI to speed up drug discovery, improve diagnoses.
So they're not just treating diseases, they're trying to understand them at a fundamental level.
Exactly, and that's where all that big data analysis comes in, finding patterns, insights.
Right, making sense of all that genetic information.
And they're not stopping there. They're also focused on improving the patient experience.
Okay, how so? What are they doing?
Digital health platforms, personalized care, making healthcare more accessible and convenient.
And what about M42, the company they formed by merging with Mubadala Health? Where do they fit into all of this?
M42 is a key piece of the puzzle. They're combining G42's AI expertise with Mubadala Health's network of hospitals and clinics.
So they've got the tech and the infrastructure, a powerful combination.
Their goal is to create this truly integrated healthcare system, delivering personalized care on a large scale.
That's a big goal. Are there any specific areas within healthcare that they're focusing on?
They're tackling a lot of different areas, but one that stands out is diabetes.
Diabetes. Why diabetes?
It's a global health challenge. Millions of people are affected by it.
That's true. So how are they using AI to address this challenge?
In several ways, they're developing personalized treatment plans, improving early detection and prevention.
So using AI to personalize treatment and catch it early.
Exactly, and they're also using AI to analyze huge data sets, trying to understand the root causes of diabetes and develop new treatments.
So they're going after it from all angles. That's impressive.
It is, they're not messing around. They're combining the best medical expertise with the power of AI.
This is clearly more than just a business venture for them.
It feels like a mission, a real commitment to improving healthcare.
It does. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about their global ambitions. They're not content to stay in the UAE.
Yeah, no, not at all. They're actively expanding globally through acquisitions, partnerships, investments.
So they're planting their flag all over the world.
They are. They've set up offices and operations in major tech hubs, Europe, Asia, North America.
So they're strategically positioning themselves in regions with the best talent and resources.
It's a smart move, and it's not just about selling their technology. They want to be part of the global conversation about AI.
So collaborating with others, shaping the future of the field.
Exactly. Working with leading universities, research institutions, the whole global AI community.
They see themselves as playing a key role in the future of AI, which requires a global perspective.
Absolutely. And with their resources and ambition, they might just achieve that.
But it's not going to be easy, right? There will be challenges along the way.
For sure. As they expand, they'll face more scrutiny, more competition.
And they'll have to navigate different regulations, cultural norms, all the...
It's a complex landscape out there, especially in the world of AI.
They've showed a willingness to adapt,
Yeah.
like when they divested from those Chinese companies, but that won't be the last hurdle they face.
They're going to have to stay nimble, keep adjusting their strategy.
It's a high-stakes game, and the choices they make will have ripple effects for the industry, for the world.
It's true. Their story is a reminder that we're living in a time of incredible technological change.
And the decisions being made today by companies like G42 will shape our future.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating time to be watching this all unfold.
Well said. All right, let's pause here and take a closer look at those larger implications. The impact of G42's work on the world.
That's the big question, isn't it? Where is all this leading?
All right, so we've spent this deep dive really getting to know G42, their ambitions, their projects, their global reach. They're making a big splash. But what does it all actually mean? What's the big picture here?
That's the question, isn't it? G42 is operating at the intersection of so many things. Technology, healthcare, even geopolitics. Their impact is going to be felt in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's break it down a bit. Starting with the tech itself, they're developing some pretty cutting-edge AI, like JAIS and those Condor Galaxy supercomputers. How do you see those advancements shaping the future of AI as a whole?
Well, they're definitely pushing the boundaries in a few key areas.
Like-
Their focus on supercomputing, for example, especially with those Condor Galaxy machines, it's allowing them to train larger, more complex AI models than we've ever seen before. that could really speed up progress in areas like natural language processing, computer vision, even drug discovery.
So it's not just about creating new AI applications, it's about building the tools and the infrastructure that will drive AI innovation across the board.
Exactly. They're laying the groundwork for the future of AI.
And their work in healthcare is a perfect example of how AI can be used to tackle some of the world's biggest challenges,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Their push for personalized medicine, speeding up drug discovery, creating a truly integrated healthcare system that has the potential to really change how we approach health and well-being on a global scale.
All of this is happening with the full support of the UAE government, which has its own ambitions to become a global leader in AI. Like G42 is a key piece of their national strategy.
Yeah, it's a fascinating dynamic. G42's rise aligns perfectly with the UAE's AI goals. You could almost say G42 is a symbol of their ambition.
A symbol of their commitment to tech and their desire to shape the future of AI globally.
Exactly. They want to be a major player on the world stage.
It makes you think about the bigger picture, the power dynamics at play here. A company like G42 can become a tool for advancing a nation's geopolitical goals.
It's a reminder that technology isn't just about innovation, it's about influence and power on the world stage.
It's a new kind of power, for sure.
Yeah.
So where does G42 go from here? What does their future look like?
Well, they've got a lot of momentum right now, but as they grow and expand globally, they're going to face more scrutiny, more competition. It's inevitable.
And they'll need to navigate different cultures, regulations, ethical considerations. We saw what happened with those concerns about their ties to Chinese companies. That's not going to be the last challenge they face.
It's a delicate balancing act, pushing the boundaries of AI while also maintaining trust, navigating geopolitical sensitivities. It's going to be interesting to see how they manage all of that as they become more influential.
It's a high-stakes game, that's for sure. And the choices they make will have a real impact on the AI industry and on the world.
Their story is a reminder that we're living in a time of incredible change. The decisions being made today by companies like G42, by governments, they're shaping our future in ways we can't even fully grasp yet.
It's exciting and a little bit daunting at the same time.
It is. We're on the edge of something big, that's for sure.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive into G42. I gotta say, I started with a lot of questions, and I'm leaving with even more. It's a story that's still being written.
It is, and it's one worth paying attention to. G42 is at the forefront of AI, and they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon to explore another corner of the tech world. Until then, keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep your eyes on the ever-evolving world of AI.